Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We are rejoining our fearless crew as they have um, started going through the middle of night and successfully tracked down the crashed experimental airship. During the um, roughly 2.5 hours and three separate sessions of Dove using Charm Person on the airship pilot, you guys have gleaned quite a bit of information from the pilot. Number one, um, actually, what I'm going to do, I know we did a lot of this on Discord. I'm just going to summarize real quick um, what you guys have learned so that it's part of the stream as well. Sure, baby. Hold on. There you go. Love you. Okay. Um,
Love you too.
so, oh, all right. So, some basic information. You know, the pilot's name is Nalwyn de Lorandar, and he was one of several pilots selected to participate in the joint venture between House Vidalis and House Lorandar in order to transport mage-bred animals. He is a highly respected and decorated member of the Air Fleet. He has many accolades and was even challenging towards the fact that he did not believe Lorandar could solely care for these mage-bred animals. He recommended either a joint venture with House Orion, who is skilled at handling animals, or maintaining um, permanent crew members from House Vidalis to care for the animals. But he had concerns. Yeah, he had concerns that Lorandar would not be up to the task right away. Now, many times, both in our last session as well as your interrogation, he he constantly referred to um, the lady, whether it was his lady or my lady, and honestly, it was confusing. And throughout your conversations with him during the sessions of Charm Person, while he piloted and while Dalavash was helping to navigate to locate the crashed airship, you guys have an understanding that he interchangeably uses that word and is really referring to two key events. There is some type of ritual where it is unclear whether or not they are trying to summon a herald for the lady or the lady herself, and that is one reference to his lady. The other reference, and this typically comes with a mixture of awe and reverence, but also with moments of contempt or disdain, he refers to another lady. And with these, he has mentioned that he believes she is no longer capable of using her dragon mark, or that he thought maybe her dragon mark was not even real. And in one particular moment, he expressed um, disappointment with himself for his insubordination to question her authority, as her position gave complete authority over him. He noted that he was pleased to give away a collection of ancient texts, though while saying those words, it was obvious that he was expressing great resentment. His demeanor did not match, right? So he said he was pleased to give the books, to his lady, but it was clear he resented that he had to. He mentioned he interrupted a ritual and deserved the pain he endured for doing so. And he expressed near abject terror while discussing this. He also mentioned, the last thing he mentioned was he laughed about all of the fools who believe in her companion are blind, and that he was gifted among all of her followers to see its true form. And while being happy that he was gifted to see its true form, he was clearly traumatized by having seen its true. So those are the results of the conversations that Dove and Safiel had while piloting the airship. You have also spoken to the pilot. You have heard from, you've used one of the sending stones, one of 3 sending stones. So you have 2 remaining to contact House Lorandar switchboard, basically. And Mother will have another message to send when they finish their long rest. All right, so you guys will have to catch Mother and Raymond up on the events after that. But where we actually pick up, you guys have just arrived at the ship. I'm going to say roughly 3 hours have passed. The pilot, Nalwyn, is once again babbling, though probably at this point restrained, as you guys discuss. Safiel, Dove, and Dalavash, you 3 will need to decide what you want to do. Now, Dove, during the one particular period of lucidity, you had Nalwyn look at the star charts, and he was able to confirm that tonight are one of the events that was highlighted. So it is about 3 a.m. or just shy of 3 a.m. You guys have an airship that is questionable. It did not go its top speed. You've had to basically stick pretty close to the tree line, and it was obvious that Nalwyn was having trouble either communicating with the elemental and getting it to do what he wants, or the air wards surrounding the ship are damaged or out of alignment. And with that, I'm going to...
Question or comment. I thought the situation with sending was when we got to this airship, there were 2 remaining sending stones. We used one to send to the operator and got a response asking if to confirm Orion secured, and then Mother used their personal sending spell to contact the pilot, and we were discussing what to send to the operator in response with our last sending stone for the day.
Well, couple things. You might be right about the number on the original ship. It may have only been 2 and you used 1, but now that you have found the other ship, you've found 2 more stones. 2 more sending stones. So you have a total currently of 3. Yep.
Okay, I may refresh at dawn.
Correct. However, it would now be the following day once you use them. So you used one of them at the start. It was after midnight. Well, I guess dawn technically is 6 a.m. Yeah. So any you use between now and about 6 a.m. will refresh. Your total will go back to 7.
Okay, so yes.
Right now you have 3.
Okay, so we can send. Oh, I guess we have a couple more words then.
75.
Dove, check the journals. If you look at sending stone messages folder, part of the updates they've done to journals is I can now create pages. So there's one journal entry called Messages from Tomas. And you want to look at message from Tomas number 5. Is it there? Do you see it? Okay. Now, if you would like, I can possibly, I think I know how this will work, but I can possibly show to all players if you want to share it. You can also, okay. Okay, it may show all 5 pages, or so if it does show just the most recent one is message from Tomas number 5. So you can all read the most recent message.
I think we have to go find. Well, so did the captain guy. Wow. Yeah. Did he tell us what time the ritual was? Because he knew it had to be tonight. So did he say about when it would happen?
More than likely, it would happen at sunset.
And say the current day, so technically tonight, not last night.
Okay.
I'm just making
Correct.
sure.
Yeah, it would be right. Yeah, it would not have been the 17th. We are currently on the 18th, and that is when the event is set to happen.
Okay, good.
So how far back travel wise was it to where they stopped for 2 hours? Do we have an idea?
Sorry, say that one more time.
So from where we are now to where they stopped for 2 hours, where we estimated they probably stopped, how far away is that? I know, I'm just trying to think of how much time, because this ship isn't gonna work. He's not going to cooperate with us much longer.
Well, the
We
ship we
need them
used
for the
was
ship.
faster.
Yeah, which is the one we just found. And should be okay to use, I think.
Yeah. There we go. Hold on. So where you guys have backtracked now, you have not gone like, you know, miles in the 2.5. Like you've probably gone about 2 miles, maybe 3 in the last 2.5 hours. It has not been a fast-paced, mostly because you've also been doing like a search pattern, right? You're not just going in a straight line. You're covering as much area as you can. So you're doing a search pattern. You're not too far off from where you originally boarded the ships, but you could have, the pilots are probably going to be within, you know, 1 to 2 miles, and that's, you're not sure if they've moved. So, do you guys want to send a message now? Do you want to wait? Do you want Dalavash to start looking for the pilot and or engineer?
Yes.
Okay.
And not that Mother is awake, but I might suggest that we do respond as soon as we can to operators about the message I was thinking, or something like it.
I mean, maybe we can wait to converse with them. And see if we can find the captain first. That way we're not like, oh, we're still looking for them. I don't want to tell them that we're going out and looking for the captain, because I don't want them to be like, no, you need to turn around. Yeah. Because I am of the opinion that we need them. Exactly. Exactly. Double exactly.
Well, maybe we should leave that part about them out and just say we have a lead, because basically if we say nothing, we'll just be silent for a couple hours after they responded, and that'll seem odd.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be okay if they don't hear from us for a little bit. You can do it as soon as you wake up. Wake up. As soon as you power on. Well, it's short rest is 6 hours, right? So they still have 3 hours.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's I
Sleep
think it's where
mode.
they power down. Maybe. So our DLC
Meanwhile, Raymond is snoring like a banshee.
Oh, I can't blink it. Darn.
There you go. There you go. When you take a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours. Oh, good. So you only got 3 more hours. So I'm assuming that Mother would have posted themselves near the pilot to be present for all of the conversations and to provide a lookout. In fact, if needed, you could, have him be your lookout. It may you take the risk of him interrupting his his long rest, right? If he had to activate, but Okay, so I apologize. I was trying to figure something out in Foundry and passing FYB notes. So yeah, what did you guys decide to do? Is Dalavash gonna go out on foot?
Yep.
Okay, then
And
I am
I'll
going
go
to.
with him to keep an eye on him.
Okay,
if
so you're
you're
gonna
okay
go
with that.
with him. Yeah.
Yes.
That.
Or
Yes.
do we have...
Do you have what cantrips do you have, Dove? No larger than 10 feet in any dimension. Okay, so you have. Okay, let's see. You do have prestidigitation. Yeah, I mean, potentially, I'm trying to think of any other items you might be able to use to create like a flare type thing. I mean, you could always throw a firebolt up in the air. I just don't know how that would. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say a harmless sensory effect such as a shower of sparks, that would be the ticket. So you could use, you could just fire off prestidigitation. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to have Dalavash roll his. Oh, man, he has 7 hit die. And he probably would have had time to take a short rest. He's like half health. Should I use some of it? Should I give him a short rest? Yeah, I'm going to do a short rest. And I am going to...
I did also have some first level spell slots left, so could retcon that I healed if DM allows, but
I just used 2 of his hit die. He's mostly back together. So, yeah, he got 15 hit points back with spinning 2 hit die. Okay, so now we are going to do a public roll, and we're going to use his survival. Okay. And I'm going to do one more. Okay. All right, Dove, what are you gonna do while Safiel and Dalavash are tracking? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you're keeping an eye on him. He kind of seems at this point to kind of calm down and actually falls asleep. I am going to say that with the use of prestidigitation and Dalavash's tracking, her area survival, that you guys are able to find both the pilot and the engineer, but I'm going to say that about another 3 hours has passed. No, they were not.
That's okay, because your
So,
guys' rest will be over when we get back.
yep. So at that point, Mother, you are able to complete your long rest. Raymond, not being Warforged, will require an additional 2 hours. Now, Dove, would you have wanted to start a long rest? That is the question. I think that the concern is if so. Here's what your character would have needed to make. Yeah. So if you were to take a long rest, that means that you guys will not be able to use the pilot on this ship until your long rest is completed. If they did not locate the pilot, which your character has no idea if they would, then that would literally mean you guys are stuck here for 8 hours until your long rest completes. Right. If you start a long rest, even if you are not able to complete it, you will not get a level of exhaustion. Because even having 3 hours of sleep, even having 3 hours of sleep would prevent that. So it's probably a good idea for you to have started a long rest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Mother, you awake to Dove and the pilot both asleep. Now, you knew that Dove would be asleep because Dove told you she was going to try and get some rest. As of right now, you are the only one awake. I'm assuming that Raymond probably would have used one of the cabins.
Correct.
Whereas you and Dove are probably in the captain's quarters, where the control or near the control mechanisms, of the ship in case you needed to move quickly. I will say that probably about 15 to 20 minutes after you awake, or you reactivate, you hear Safiel, Dalavash, and at least one other person coming forward. As you look over the bow of the ship, you find you see 4 coming back. You recognize the pilot, you recognize the engineer, and they are headed to your to the ship. You can lower the rope ladder, and Saf, you are back on.
Awesome. So how does, like, what's the state of the captain and stuff? Do they look like they definitely need rest too, or like, Mother, you need to heal them, we need to go? Like, how do they look physically?
Both of them do look pretty exhausted. But they appear to be unharmed.
Okay.
Now, on the way back, you learned that as soon as the ship their ship was anchored to yours and was matching the speed of the other airship. And as soon as the other ship began to dive, the engineer fell off immediately.
Oh no!
So he was thrown overboard. The pilot managed to stay aboard until shortly before the crash, as the enemy airship pilot was basically causing maneuvers. So eventually both were thrown overboard before the collision. But the engineer went first by a long shot.
Poor thing.
So now, granted, they both had their Featherfall tokens, and it was probably actually better that they fell off before the collision. That's actually one thing you guys have in your favor. So you know that they're both exhausted, but unharmed, and I guess I would ask you, what all are you going to tell them, Safiel? Are you going to tell them everything, bring them up to speed on the situation?
Absolutely. I think since they are at the point of we need them to be on their best game, I would tell them everything, explain the urgency that we need to leave, apologize for what happened,
Okay.
and explain, like, we had, this is what we think. How fast can you get us there?
Okay. So the engineer is first. He's not going to board the ship. He wants to look at the downed airship, the one that actually crashed. The pilot, Dalavash stays down with the engineer just to provide protection. Safiel and the pilot go aboard. The pilot is skilled enough that he is able to get an idea of the shape of the bigger airship. So I'm going to say that I'm going to say it's going to take about 45 minutes. Okay, so it is now about 7 a.m. All of your sending stones are refreshed. Dove, let me ask you this. Before you went to your long rest, did you want to send a reply to Tomas? Okay, just checking. All right. Okay. All right, so it's about 7:06. Dove is still asleep. Raymond, you've got about 45 minutes left, maybe a half an hour even. The engineer and pilot have a chance. Eventually, the engineer and Dalavash come aboard, the larger airship, and the engineer says that he feels more comfortable making some repairs and adjusting the windwards on the smaller ship. That the damage and the amount of time it would take him, really, with the size of the airship, it really should have multiple Majorites to maintain the windwards. He doesn't trust it. The smaller vessel is better capable of operating with a smaller crew, and his recommendation is that everyone moves to the smaller airship. Now, a long rest is not 100% uninterrupted sleep. So, yeah. So if you guys wanted to move, but he thinks that it would take. Go ahead. I know. Yeah. So he thinks it's probably going to take him about 2 hours to get the airship ready.
Based on the distance we think we need to go, how long is that travel time? Do they think?
Oh, right.
Because if I want to offer my assistance to him in any way I can, but if I can't, then I really should probably start a long rest if it would be conducive to one. Because I
Let's
don't really want to
see.
be exhausted.
Well, even if you were to, start one, that would absolutely. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. You're probably only, I would say, a couple hours outside.
Okay. Then never mind. I'll just offer my assistance if it'll make it faster. It probably won't, but
At
Mother
least
will.
from where. Now you're going to need better coordinates. Who is watching the sending stones right now?
you're awake, Mother, right?
Yeah, though I was going to offer to help with repairs. I do have the mending skill and some other stuff.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, you could definitely help with that. You can absolutely help with those repairs.
I'll switch then. I'll be at the stones if Mother wants to help with the repairing stuff.
No, you could carry the stones with you. So
I guess.
I would say if you can start a long rest, start it. All right, let's see. I need to see whose skills. No, I need to look at an NPC. Okay.
Could even do that if needed for repairs. Might not apply though.
That's pretty cool. So where is the calendar again?
Under
Journals.
Is it toggle notes display? No, not that one. Ah, fuck! I fucked it up.
So yeah, if you look on the left hand side, you'll see what looks like a old fashioned cloth bookmark or maybe a banner, and it says
Yeah,
journal notes, and then you click on Simple
Okay.
Calendar SC.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay. What do you use
Oh.
for? Okay, so Mother, those are the messages you receive from the sending stones. 2 of the sending stones are used to update your message. Oop, hold on one sec. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
No, my dad is getting discharged tonight and might be home in his hometown by the end of tonight. That's really good news. He's going to physical therapy, but he's oh. Okay. So yeah, you have five stones left and could send follow-up messages, but it looks like, at normal speeds, it would probably take you guys about 2 hours to reach the coordinates.
That's it. Wow.
All right. I would like, let me see. I'm going to, let's see, what skills do you have to help in the repairs, Mother?
Let's see. So, in terms of, I guess it didn't copy over my tool proficiencies, but I have like 3 or 4 tool proficiencies. If I'm remembering right, blacksmithing, wood carving, alchemy, maybe tinkering. I would have to look at Roll20.
Well, those are no D&D Beyond. Hold on one second.
I mean, I'm not sure I even copied it over to there, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Mother. I mean, we were using D&D Beyond, weren't we? Even in Roll20?
I don't think so.
Okay, so tools. You have, yeah, it's in D20 or D&D Beyond. So you have alchemists, supplies, smith's tools, tinker's tools, and woodcarver's tools. And now those should show up on your character sheet in Foundry.
I think those were. So then I believe blacksmith tools is part of the forge domain. You get that. I'm not sure why it's not included.
Okay. So you can also, you can probably find a rock that is at least 10 foot tall by 5 foot wide to even use your Heart of the Forge if you needed to create anything. Because it gives you bonuses. So not only would you have literally all of the tools. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, if you look around, you could potentially use your Heart of the Forge because it would literally give you access to a forge, workbenches, everything. It gives you a forge space that's 30 feet by 100 feet long, and the layout is shaped by the will, thoughts, and stylistic preferences. So I am positive you'd have every tool and accoutrement you would need in order to make nearly anything. And having the woodcarver's tools, you guys could take pieces off of the other ship, the bigger ship, to fully repair any damage on the smaller ship. All right.
So yeah, I'll work with the engineer and invite him in my forge space to do some work.
Well, he's going to tell you what you need. I'm not actually sure you can bring anyone with you.
Oh, okay.
Is that like a interdimensional space
Yes.
that he can create things?
Yes, and this was the gift given to him by Emrith. It is a hammer inlaid with veins that appear to be molten steel, and they glow, and it's always warm to the touch. So when you strike the hammer 3 times against a stone or metal surface that is at least 10 feet tall by 5 feet wide, a doorway will appear. A doorway leads to the forge space. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, I'm going to say you can bring people to you. However, I would not at all recommend that they stay there when you close the doorway.
I was gonna say, once he's in there, does the doorway disappear? Does the hammer stay around? Can this be a way that Mother can hide? Pop into the bag of holding, and we'll carry
Right.
you to this security checkpoint.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a, you guys might find more uses for this thing than I ever thought possible.
Yeah. Is this a you created item?
It is partially me, partially homebrewed by someone else.
All right. Yeah. But the talisman stuck around, right? So you could carry it. Somebody else could carry it around.
So this is a wondrous item. It does require attunement, but I think that it requires like an effort of will on behalf of the one attuned to dismiss the door, right? So you have to strike it 3 times. You're also the only one that can open it, but as far as when the door disappears, that's up to you.
Okay.
But when the door is closed, does the domain disappear?
You don't know.
All right. That's what I'm saying. Can he go in and close the door, and then we just carry the hammer around, and Mother won't have to travel?
Surprise, Mother.
We'll just bang the hammer 3 times, and the door will appear, and Mother will pop out.
Well, then someone else would have to be attuned to the hammer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It'll be someone else that goes in there. Like we can
Right,
keep the crazy guy.
So the door is stationary until Mother comes back out.
Yes. I'm already regretting this. We'll see how badly.
Quick, into hammer space.
Y'all are way too devious for me to just give you a pocket dimension.
Yeah, well, some of us are game masters, so
I know.
At least Jim's not in the party.
It's
Hey,
like, how can this be abused?
do you guys mind if we take a quick break? I need to talk to my sister real quick because she's got to coordinate some
Sure.
things. I'll be back.
Yeah,
So, all right. Yeah, go ahead.
I try to be clever, but often I hoist myself on my own petard, whereas Jim seems to succeed at being clever, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, but DM always has the final say, so DM can pull the DM card and be like, nope. So Jeremy, thoughts on Doug bowing out? But there's probably some. Yeah, that's what I say. It's probably something at home. I mean, he has two sons. Yeah, last game he was pretty quiet. Yep. Is Brian available for tomorrow? Do they have laptops, computers, or are they both gamers? Who runs that one? Forever DM.
Be right back.
Warlock, Bard, same.
Close enough.
You Warlock, Bard, you're just trading in your patron for yourself. Yeah, that would be cool to have them play. Is that the only game that he's in? Have all your other games stopped? Well, other than the family game and the. Were they the ones doing against the Giants? Doesn't that lead it? Doesn't that lead into the Queen of the Demon Web? I think the original ones did. I think.
I interrupt. Did we talk about who we're giving the healing potions to again? I was gonna keep one.
Not Raymond.
Not
I know that.
Raymond. So me, Dalavash, and do you want one, Dove? Because I know you can heal, but like just to have on your person. Okay. So I'll just
I
have to
mean,
tell
you're
to
also not a
Dalavash.
frontline fighter, so
True.
you
So
could move,
I mean,
you could move around and oh, this person needs a potion.
okay. I just took my inventory down to 1. If you guys want to take your inventories up, or I mean, he'll have to do Dalavash's, but. I don't know. He might have to do it for you. I'm not entirely sure. I just had one and I deleted the numbers and
I
stuff.
think you can trade items.
Oh, right. You're right.
Like maybe if you right click on it and
there should be a give to player or something.
Let me see.
What are you looking to trade?
I had the 3 potions of healing. I just changed mine to be 1, but Dalavash is gonna get 1, and Dove is gonna have the last one.
Okay.
The ones we picked up off those bodies.
I'm sad. My alms box is empty.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I only have 8 silver pieces and 10 copper pieces. I'll give you a copper if it really makes you feel that bad.
Oh, I was gonna create a party treasure since the mod I used to create containers wasn't working. And I forgot to do that. I'll do that this week for next session. Okay. All right. So looking at the time, as he actually gets into it, it is going to take a bit of time to get things repaired. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit of time. Okay, at this point, it's just close to 8 a.m. At this point now, Dove, you are almost 4 hours into a long rest. Safiel, you're almost 1. and Raymond, you are up.
Up as
So
in the
you're
long rest
you
is
can
finished.
yeah,
Alright.
you can finish your long rest. Okay. All right. So, realistic estimates, it could be about 4 hours to complete repairs if everything goes well. We are. But it collided, and so there is damage. The engineer is going to try to move some of the wind wards from the larger ship while having Mother fabricate replacement parts for the hull. So it's a complicated process. He's not 100% sure that, he's constantly complaining that, he doesn't have what he needs, that he needs more mage rights, that, moving wind wards is not something you want to do in the field, but he recognizes he's doing a lot of bitching, but he's still working very diligently to try and get the ship airworthy as quickly as possible. Yeah, right. So he's yeah.
I was gonna say, can I attempt to boost his morale
Absolutely.
When do
by
our temporary hit points go away? Sorry.
inspiring him? Which temporary hit? The ones that you got from me, or from
Yeah.
the ones you got from someone else?
You. The ones that added.
What? Trying to think where they came from.
It was 5 total. I don't know. Was it?
Yeah,
I
I'm
wrote it down actually. I
scrolling
think.
up because it was before combat, so
I think it was one of my divine, my channel divinity or something.
yeah, I think so too.
Raybon gives White Cloth
Nope.
its aid 8 hours.
Oh, yeah, it is aid.
Okay. 8 hours. Okay.
Okay. So that would be ended with his 8-hour rest.
Okay.
Would it be persuasion?
Sure.
Fuck. All right, that was terrible. I sounded like a preachy old man.
I mean, you could help move things around.
Yeah, you can actually make a difference by just helping to move things or tear out parts
Well,
of the other ship.
Yeah, now that I'm awake, yeah, I can.
Yeah. I will say that you guys damn, those fucks. All right. So yeah, so restoration of the ship is in full swing. Dove, how long did you have your 4 hours in, almost 5 hours. So does anyone want to do anything, or can we progress time? Okay.
Do you want to? We should probably reply to the operator. Does that message look okay, or any suggestions?
Looks fine to me.
Okay. So you
yeah.
send it, and you send it with one, and they are able to reply.
So this will be a reply to one of their sends if that's
Right.
possible.
Yes, it is. So yeah, you will still have 7 messages you can, well, 6 messages. No. Yeah, you'll have 6 messages after this that you can send. You are still able to reply to their first message, which just gave you the update. They've sent 2. They can only send 5 messages to you. You can send 6 back.
What?
Okay, so it ends up taking closer to 5 hours. So it's almost 1 p.m. That means that, and at this point, Dalavash probably would have started a long rest. Unsure if he'll be able to finish it. But I'm going to say, Saf, you started your long rest at 3:30. So where does that put you to complete it?
I thought I started
Um,
at 7 in the morning. I mean, if I get it in, I don't care. That's fine. That's what she said. That's what he said, actually. But yeah.
Oh, you're right. Dove started at roughly 3 a.m.
Yep.
So, Dove, you 3 to 1. Why is it so hard right now for me to do time math? Mother, what's roughly 3:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.? How many hours is that?
9.5.
Okay, Dove, you are able to complete your long rest. Dalavash, I'm gonna say, would probably be able to start his long rest at probably 8 a.m. So he is not quite done with his. Saf, you're at 7 a.m. So for you, your 8 would be 3. You've still got 2 more hours. And Dalavash needs 3. Okay. Dove, Mother, and Raymond. At this point, the pilot and engineer are satisfied. Although both of them could use at least a short rest, but they're satisfied that the ship is flight worthy.
And we have the engineer and the pilot, right?
Yep.
Can the engineer pilot the ship?
Mm-mm.
So
Only the pilot can. Now, however, you could have your captive pilot, who is also now awake and babbling. He could pilot the,
But
you
do we
know,
trust him?
well, you'd have to use multiple, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you could wait an hour for the captain to take a short rest. Yeah, it's about 2 hours. It is about 1 p.m. Yep. You know that everything will be like as soon as the stars are you would assume as soon as the stars are visible. Roughly I would say between 7 and 9 p.m. is your win.
I might I suggest we do the charm and let them get some sleep.
You have pretty good coordinates, but yeah, it is not exact. Now, I will also say this: you could, 3 hours for Dalavash to complete a long rest, 2 for Saf, and that could be critical. Okay.
Well, Dalavash can sleep en route, correct?
Correct. So if you wait an hour, it's now roughly 2. That gives the pilot and engineer a moment to rest and recover, get some food. Safiel only needs 1 hour. Dalavash needs 2. And provided there are no major interruptions that require them on the flight, then both should be able to complete their short rest before you get to the destination.
It does mean we've got basically no room for error or short rests should we need them.
Yeah, I think it's pretty like it's probably. I mean, Dalavash is probably more important to get a long rest than Safiel. Just
What the fuck is
because
that supposed to mean?
no, you won't. You already won't get. Yeah, I'm from a meta game standpoint, right? Dalavash has spells that he has lost. He is completely tapped out. Safiel does not have spells. Safiel being a rogue. But again, we're talking metagaming here. From a Mhm. Yeah, from a resource standpoint, um, Safiel could be ready to go now, even if the only thing she'd be down is maybe some hit dice and some hit points. Other than that, yeah. hmm Okay, so do you want to head out with the slightly rested captain? Okay. I guess I could turn off the crickets since it's no longer night. Yeah.
Plague of Locusts takes off with you.
Okay.
Mother will say, I commend your outstanding work, both of you.
All right. Again, the captain is again doing everything that he can to assure all of you that all of the resources they have available, House Lorandar is completely at your service. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are about an hour into your trip, headed back towards the. I'm going to take us here to the map. So you're headed towards the location, which is roughly around here. What's up with my? There we go. Did you guys see that? Yeah, the pings were not working. It's still sort
different.
of not. They are different because pings are now in like default to Foundry, which they haven't been before. So you guys are there, Safiel. You can complete your long rest. So if you go to your character sheet, you can hit the little bed and complete a long rest. Boom. Oh, and I need to get rid of Dalavash's temporary hit points.
For those who are awake, keep watch for temples.
Okay. Safiel, as you begin to stir, and you probably would have taken one of maybe the room that Raymond was using. Oh, actually, no. You guys are on the small ship now, so there's way less space.
I'm on the ground. I don't
So you
care.
would have, you would have just been, underneath the canopy. There is a small berth underneath that has some cots, so maybe you even went down below deck. It's nowhere near as big as the other ship, but it's there. As you get out of bed and begin to stir.
I do not like this.
I thought this is where you wanted to go.
Something is wrong. Very wrong.
Why do you think that?
Because I can feel you.
What do you mean?
A long pause. Almost to the point where you do not think you will hear from Elioth again. And then
I feel the walls. My prison. The walls are weakening.
suddenly you feel an intense pressure against your very soul. You fall to your knees, unable to do anything except to just brace yourself from falling face first. And the amount of pain that you are feeling and the pressure inside is nearly overwhelming. And it does not stop.
She probably just starts screaming.
Suddenly, as people are rushing towards you, as you guys, with Dalavash is still resting. He's up on top. As you approach Safiel, you see blood leaking from her ears, eyes, and nose as she is racked with pain and screaming.
What is going on?
I'm gonna attempt to use my divine sense.
Okay.
I know it's probably not gonna detect anything, but I'm still gonna do it.
Thank you.
All right. You reach out with all of your divine senses. You seek to determine what might be attacking Saphiel. And as blood continues to run, it's not like gushing, but it is not like it is actively coming out. And as her scream reaches a crescendo, all of a sudden it stops, and Saf, you are left just wrung out and panting as the pressure that was building against you felt like you were literally going to be ripped apart from the inside, just suddenly stops.
I could leave.
You're not leaving if you're leaving like that. And she says that out loud.
Raymond cocks his head like, what the hell?
I just like do like this to Dove, like explain, because she's like,
I could escape. I could leave now. But you would not survive.
that's never stopped you before from wanting to. And this is back in her head.
I have never felt the walls, the bars that hold me before. This is new.
Well, are you going to stay? Did you feel like you had to do that? Because if you did, I can't go to this place. You can't leave. Not that I don't want you gone, but you can't.
I'm sorry.
Why are you
feel just the sensation of retreating, but never in all of your memory, which granted start as an adult, never has Elioth ever apologized.
She's just gonna sit down. Actually, when you're done talking to Raymond, Dove, I need to talk to you.
All right. So now that Raymond kind of has a little bit of knowledge, he's gonna leave them to their privacy.
Okay.
Mother is doing a medical checkup and probably cast Detect Magic and asking Saf, cause of injury?
It was Elioth, Mother. It was nothing. Nobody was in here. The walls are breaking. This place is not safe for me. Or that, but He said he could escape, which will kill me. Me? Yeah, yes, I do. If his wants to leave overtake whatever would persuade him to stay, I will not survive. That was the worst pain I've ever felt. What? I can try, but we have never seen eye to eye on almost anything.
Mother, you're with your medicine check. You don't see anything. You definitely see signs of some type of unexplained possible hemorrhage. You clean Saphiel up as best you can. The blood appears to have stopped. And there's just not much else that you can sense or detect with your examination as to the cause.
Okay, yeah. Mother goes quiet for a moment, and you get the feeling that, well, maybe you've been around Mother enough that you can tell that if a Warforged were capable of crying, maybe that would be happening, but Mother says softly, I'm sorry, I know of nothing I can do short of if that does happen, perhaps I could repair you, but would that work?
She's just gonna put her hand on on top of Mother's hand. There's nothing. First of all, I don't want to be a robot. But in all seriousness, there's nothing you can do about this, and I appreciate your emotion if you could show it. But I think this is something I need to work with myself. As long as you're around to be there to help and heal as you can, that's all I can ask. I guess so. I don't know if he knows what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing we don't really know much in character other than she had mentioned Ilya being in there.
What I will say is neither of you've heard her have conversations, you've heard her argue and shout and curse at Elioth. But this, yeah, exactly. You know, other than now, you did get some confirmation, although even that you're still a little bit on the dark because when you went to the Kalashtar encampment, much of what Saphiel was told about her race was told telepathically. And so you know that she received some confirmations and has more knowledge about what and who she is than she had before, but you also know that that entire experience was uncomfortable.
Pretty sure that Saf shared that with Lob.
Yeah, probably. No, we can't. We cannot. We cannot. But if we turn around, then I definitely can't. But either way, we have to get the head of Diorian. Wow! I know I have to. I know I don't have a choice. I don't want to, because that was terrible, but... it will be fine. Mother, can you give us a moment?
If this is your decision, but just know we could drop you before going. But
Then I'm not doing my job. And as much as it hurts, I'll die before I say I was a coward and left.
I understand. If I can help, please let me know.
I will tell you.
I will pray for you. It is all I can do.
Thank you, Mother.
All right. So with
Mother
that,
leaves.
yep. All right. So it is just Dove and Saphiel.
Okay, so she's just gonna sit on the ground. And she's going to say, I got a message from Tomas earlier outside of what you've said. He said that they think it's a splinter of Vol of what's happening. And I wanted your thoughts on if you trust him enough, if I can take the sending stone and tell him exactly where we're going. I do. He's done nothing to ever steer us in the wrong direction thus far. I don't see a reason not to. He seems to be on our side, whatever side that is. I don't see a reason not to. Even if he is working with... who is possibly your father? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But I think if anyone can get people to us in a timely manner, God forbid anything happened, it would be him and whatever resources he has. Okay. I need to write a message, but I will write a message, and then I will send you what that message says. And she's
Okay.
just going to close it in her hand and just say, thank you, Dove.
All right. I am going to your inventory, and I am going to give to Saphiel. Did you get a pop-up for that
Yes.
on Foundry?
Yes.
Okay, it is now in your inventory, and it is now, the messages are now actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all players observer for the messages that have currently sent. And then any new messages, I'll create a new journal entry for messages to and from Saf. And you can tell me if any need to become more widespread, but go ahead and do your thing. Okay, while Saphiel is doing that, you guys, the pilot estimates you're still about an hour away from or about a half an hour away from your destination. Does anyone want to do anything for within that half an hour, or shall we skip ahead? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So far, no. And then, I'm assuming, Saf, you're sending a message right away?
Yeah, I just need to figure out exactly what I want to say.
Okay. All right. Around this time, I'm going to say that Dalavash is able to finish his long rest. Okay. So he recovers 5 hit points and 2 hit dice, along with all of his spells. So this is an area where I'm not super thrilled, because I'm having to play Dalavash in a non-DLC way. Yeah, but more importantly, Safiel is still below deck. The rest of you are above deck. Dalavash motions for you all. So that would mean Raymond, Dove, and Mother. All right. Shift up the music just a little bit. Okay. As you guys approach, Dalavash shares with you that during his rest, his quarry spoke to him. There's more happening than just an alignment of celestial bodies. What Dalavash knows is very, very limited. However, where you are headed and something that is happening is touching upon the dreaming plane. He asks all of you, where is Safiel? He says no, that his his dream kept him preoccupied. He tells you that he must see her and we must stop the ship. Yep. Family meeting.
Mother kind of looks at Dove and asks, have you learned something? I mean to Dalavash mostly, but
Um. Did you get that, Hunter?
How long are the coordinates?
Long enough. If you're at 25 words, you would not be able to include them.
I'm at 24.
Yeah. Do you want to change any part of that one sentence?
I'll just read. How many words do I actually have?
25.
How many
Okay.
words do I have with the coordinates?
So
I'll just say the
You-
coordinates and say, if you can, please come and stay safe. That I'll just say that last.
you could probably give. So the problem with the coordinates is they're only useful for someone who is capable of navigating a vessel. Right? None of you could use the coordinates to take the airship to that point, but the pilot can. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm not expecting.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm getting at is you could probably tell a general area from having looked at a map without giving the exact coordinates.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So I'm going to say, you know,
Pick out if you can.
you get 20 words.
Okay.
Okay, for the rest of you, do you agree with Dalavash to stop the airship? So if you ask why, he is simply going to tell you that all will be lost if we do not. If you do not. And he further expounds that you guys will lose Saf. And worse things will happen if you don't. Okay. So you're pretty much at the coordinates. All right, Saf, are you retyping?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will ask Dalavash, will that happen if the rest of us go, or just if Saf goes?
He says to you, if I am successful, we will all go, and Safiel will be safe.
Well, you are a good man, Dalavash, so I trust you.
Ah, you foolish, foolish man. Warforged.
I'm just turning my camera off because I need to eat, but I'm still here.
Okay.
If we can complete mission still, then advise we do.
Okay. Dalavash and the rest of you follow Dalavash down below. When you get there, Saf, you would have sent and received those messages now probably 20 minutes ago. I'm assuming that you're still pretty shook from what happened.
Yeah, sorry, I realized I mic'd myself there, not on my headphones. Yes, yeah, she's probably just still sitting there with the sending stone in her
Okay.
hands.
Dalavash approaches and stands some distance away, probably closer to 10 feet, and you just see the rest of them crowded behind him. And he's facing you with a resolute look on his face.
Okay, she just kind of looks and just gives him a look. Like a scared look, because this feels like they're all right there.
Okay. Dalavash explains to you that he had his quarry in his dream showed him that you guys are heading towards a place and something is happening that is creating a connection to the plane of dreams.
Oh. I feel like that's bad. Is that bad?
He says to you that he must speak to Elioth. And that depending on the outcome of that conversation could mean the difference between life and death for you and many others.
Okay. Gonna hurt again?
He does not know.
What do you need me to do?
He walks towards the center of the room. He kneels and gets into like a meditative position and asks you to join him.
Okay, she will cautiously join him.
He asks the three remaining, Raymond, Dove, and Mother. He asks you to restrain her if necessary. And be ready.
What could happen?
What? What is he doing?
I don't know.
The walls are weak. I can go.
Just stay and hear him out, please.
Suddenly, the pressure starts to build again as you like audibly wince. It's not as bad as it was, but the three of you see that something is happening with Saphiel. Okay? Dalavash closes his eyes, appears to meditate for a few moments, reaches forth and presses his hand like on your sternum. And like that, the three of you are gone. Not physically, but you find yourself that you, Dalavash, and Elioth find yourself in another plane, in almost like an incorporeal form. You are facing each other.
What does Elioth look like?
Good question.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna ask.
Okay. As you find yourself, the area zone, you almost appear to be floating, but you are all on all three forming something of a triangle with Dalavash, you, and Elioth. Now, Elioth is mostly incorporeal. What you can see appears to be writhing, almost like a mix between a snake with a crab and eyes just everywhere. I mean, this is a, nearly Cthulhic entity of pinchers and arms, but he is not solid. Whereas both you and Dalavash are actually, like maybe like somewhat glowing. There's almost like a dullness, like, think of like a Jedi ghost, right? You can perfectly make out your features. You're just somewhat translucent. But for Elioth, his form doesn't appear to be static. It changes. Limbs appear and go back into this reddish, smoky, just nightmarish creation. And Dalavash appears to be facing and concentrating on Elioth.
How dare you! I will kill you!
Who is he saying that to?
Dalavash.
Can I move?
Movement doesn't seem to be possible, as there, again, you appear to be floating and you're all within, I would say, within 10 feet of each other.
Okay.
But some of the appendages seem like they could reach you, as some of them begin to reach and grasp towards Dalavash. The rest of you, As this is happening, you start to see. So, Dalavash is in a calm position with his hand on Safiel's sternum. However, Safiel is in a locked, rigid position with her arms thrown out, her head facing the ceiling, and her eyes rolled back in her head, shaking and trembling as blood slowly comes again from her nose, ears, and eyes.
All
right.
I want to bless the three of us.
Okay. You, Dove, and Mother?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and Locke. Use your skill or use your spell.
Delara.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile,
Just
Saf.
cast the damn spell.
Oh, we'll just mark it as cast if it's not letting you, because you don't have a token on the board. It might be screwy.
No, it's making me prepare it.
Oh, gotcha. All right,
Safiel.
Safiel.
Paladins had to prepare spells.
You see the limbs and pinchers and claws start shooting out towards Dalavash without moving. You know that you can block. So you know that you can move. It just wouldn't be a walking. You would just be here one moment and in between the next. It is an instinctive feeling, but you have to decide what you will do.
Okay, she's going to yell, Elias, stop! And if he doesn't, or if there's not even a pause, she will be over there in front of Dalavash.
Okay. Your words do nothing.
Okay,
and within the space of a thought, you've put yourself in between Alioth and Dalavash. Meanwhile, Dalavash has neither spoken nor moved and remains in a perfect meditative stance. Safiel, you take 14 points of damage. For those of you outside, Safiel suddenly starts to flail and almost losing contact with Dalavash. Unless one of you can react quickly, the connection will break. So I want the three of you to roll a athletics or acrobatics.
Bless doesn't apply to that.
Okay. Dove and Raymond, you are both able to steady her, and you are now holding her still as she thrashes and moves. And you see a visible wound appear on her chest.
Since I already have contact with her, because I'm obviously holding her in position, I will transfer a number of lay on hand points. That whatever damage she just took, unless it's more than my pool.
She took 14 points.
All right.
How many can you heal?
35.
Okay. You can heal. Okay. So, and it's per point, right? So you just subtract 14 from your pool?
Yep. And
okay,
she gets
perfect.
14.
Okay. So Saf, you're back healed, but you feel as the claws sunk into you. You feel the damage, but then you immediately feel almost right after that a warmth as your wounds close and heal.
Okay.
No! Get out of the way! He will kill us both!
He's not trying to kill us. Just listen to him.
No! No!
If he has any of
Sorry,
his...
I'm not trying to cough as Elioth here.
He doesn't cough.
If he has any, like, tentacle things or anything that are close to her, she's just going to grab them and be like, please, can you just trust me for once?
The walls. They're broken. He is making a connection. I can leave now!
Don't leave. Don't leave. You need to stay. You are going to kill yourself if you leave.
You will die. I will live.
To say I'm so mad. I don't know what to do. I don't know. She's gonna wait for a minute because I don't know what to say to him. There's nothing I can do to make you want to stay.
His attention is now fully on you. He attacks again. Claws reach around your arm. Spikes shoot into your side and thighs. Take 20 points of damage.
She's not moving. She's gonna stay right there.
Blood gushes from new wounds for the three of you holding her.
I
As
healed a
new
20.
wounds appear. Okay. So you've now used your entire. Yeah,
No, I have 1 point left.
You have one more point left. Okay. Okay. As the wounds appear, as you feel them, immediately the wounds close. You don't feel like you feel the pain. You don't see the wounds on your somewhat incorporeal body, but you feel the light.
No! I was close earlier! What is this?
There's a reason you can't go. Just stay. We can figure it out. There could be a safer way for both of us. How do you know they won't just capture you and take you again and put you in the same position? At least I'm willing to work with you. Please.
No. They would not betray me again. They don't know where I am. You took us away! You're the reason we lost contact. You betrayed us!
I don't even know where to begin with what you just said. What are you talking about?
Is what I did. It is why I am in you. Why I was imprisoned. I do not remember what I did.
Then give us the chance to figure it out. If you leave, you're not going to get back. If you did something wrong, they're not going to just forgive you. Let me help you, please.
Why can't I remember?
I don't know. I can't remember either.
What did I do?
I don't know, but I'm willing to help and figure it out.
I feel that I could go. We are heading towards a focus. I am drawn. I could return home. Not the way I think it should work, but I see a path. You would die, but I would return. I would be home to this world
As he turns and studies this plane that you guys are in, as he turns and sees,
This is not home, but it is close.
he shrinks. His claws that were ready to strike again come in. His form changes. Many of the appendages, the extra appendages, the claws, the spikes seem to come back in. What is left is a more shapeless entity of smoke, this red, black, billowing smoke, but the eyes remain. The eyes, they're glowing a bright, like bright amber. But the eyes start to close.
So she's gonna transport over next to where he was, and she's gonna put her hand out and say, "Please let me help you."
I'm scared.
So am I. We can be scared together, but we will figure it out. Apparently we can live forever. If it takes forever, we'll figure it out.
What if I can never return home?
Am I really that bad? We will figure it out. There must be a way.
This might be my only chance.
We will make it not be your only chance. You just have to trust we can figure it out. I just need your help. The more you remember, the more we can figure out. I don't remember anything either, but we can figure it out.
I will stay.
The eyes close. The amber light. Vague impressions of amber light. For the three of you, Safiel appears to no longer be in wild throes. Her arms fall loose. Her head is still facing up, but her eyes close, and the blood stops. There's streaks on her eyes, streaks on her nose, streaks from her ears. She's no longer fighting against you, and the three of you are able to hold her without much effort. Mostly you're supporting her instead of trying to maintain whatever connection Dalavash has established. Safiel, as he says that as you approach Elioth, this form, the colors begin to change somewhat. While still, they almost go from a red to almost a violet. So the cloud, the almost shapeless form slowly shifts from a deep red to a violet. And from behind, you hear Dalavash say, "Well done." And just like that, you open your eyes as Dalavash is standing, and you're tired, you're emotional, but you appear to be whole, and the pressure against you has gone away completely.
Okay. She's just gonna like fall onto whoever is holding her. She just like lets her body drop. And she's just gonna say out loud, she'll just say thank you to Elioth, but like also to Dalavash. Yes. But more it's the intent is to Elioth, even if he doesn't respond.
He Dalavash stands, turns to the three of you, and just simply says, "She did it."
I did it.
You can put your
Yay.
you can put your copper in the alm box now.
Do you say that?
No, I
I
don't
was
say
gonna say
that.
I will. I'll be like, fine, thanks. Oh, she probably looks like she needs sleep for like 500 years.
Pretty much.
And
S- I think
you,
we should be okay.
everyone.
And I have a minute. And she kind of like shakes everyone off and just lays down on the ground. I can't even begin to tell you what the hell just happened. That was intense. Thank you.
Yeah, I will find a place out. It was in the cabin, right?
This was below decks, yeah.
Yeah. I will emerge up on the top deck and just look out over the landscape, contemplating Delara. Is the
Scared
sun
shit
still
out
up?
of you.
Sun is still up. It is
Good.
only about.
I will let her warm my features.
Okay.
My patron saint.
All right.
Mother will just say, I am glad. We need you.
Thank
And
you, Mother.
then leave. But we will try to have your back. Always.
I think we're okay for now. Thank you, Mother. I appreciate you being.
I appreciate you too. And leave.
Yes.
From now
Dalavash.
on, Mother will be known as Marvin.
Marvin.
Oh well. Guess I'll just stay here until the end of the universe.
All right, I'm gonna say that Dalavash would probably clasp your hand and tell you well done. Basically, what he was told is that he would be able to use the weakening, the part of the connection that is forming, and allow real interaction between you and Elioth. But he had no idea if either or both of you would survive. It was pretty much up to you.
Yikes.
But he tells you well done, and nods, and he'll tell you, Mother Dove and Raymond, that you guys can continue your approach. Nalwyn is becoming quite vocal. He is mostly just gibbering about, she comes, I can feel her. She is near, my lady is near.
Chris, I know, right?
I don't want to spoil it, but
It's a little personal, buddy. Keep it to yourself. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. All right. So, as far as the time it is right now, you guys are back underway. But so far you have not found sight of it. So you start upon the pilot's recommendation, you start a pattern of searching in a wider area for something.
Are we looking for a temple or an entrance into, underground? Or we don't know what we're looking for?
It's a great, yeah, exactly. You don't exactly know what you're looking for. You're hoping at this point.
But
that
we know it's a
something-
temple, right? Or it's a
The
landmark
temple.
or something.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things you can probably infer at this point. You were dispatched, or Dalavash was requested to visit a temple somewhere in this area. And where you guys are is close to that area.
Right. And we
You
had
also
the map
know-
piece, right?
Right, exactly. You also know that whatever is happening is involved with the plane of dreams. So it's probably at this point no longer a coincidence that you're in the same area. So more than likely you guys are probably looking for some type of temple or ruins or something, less so just a hole in the ground. But so far 15 minutes have passed with nothing to show for it.
I mean, Dalavash has his 2 mile, whatever, but
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be that much faster than the ship itself, because now you guys are covering a pretty small area and you're covering a wide area. You'd probably leave the bird or his companion behind.
All right, so
His-
let's take it down to the basic level. If it's a temple, if we know it's a temple, and it's been constructed, can we look for roadways, pathways? Can we start, like clearings, like not just randomly going over land, but can we intelligently kind of
Focus.
focus our like probable, like, oh yeah, there's a roadway. Where's this roadway lead? Oh, it leads to the village? All right, never mind then.
Give me a survival roll. Anyone that wants to assist.
Dalavash could
Ooh.
maybe
Dalavash
Dalavash
already
could-
rolled.
use his primeval awareness maybe to detect undead,
Ooh,
or at
Yeah,
least
what's-
whether they're within
did-
6
he did.
miles.
do that before. That's a great idea. And if normal Dalavash was here, he probably would have thought of that earlier. Primeval awareness. Yeah, that's not even a spell slot. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah, that's what I was
Um,
talking about, though, right? The 2 mile. It's like a 2 mile
it's
radius.
6 miles. I thought you were
6
talking
miles.
about his bird.
No, not his
'Cause
dumb bird.
okay. Yes. So Dalavash centers himself, he meditates, and it is a spell slot. So he's gonna use a level 2 spell slot to cast it, because that will give you guys 2
12 miles?
minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it's 1 minute per level of spell slot.
But it still doesn't pinpoint, right? It just knows it's
It
in 6
doesn't.
miles.
Yeah, it's within the 6 miles. So the good news is that you find it. He finds it within those 2 minutes. He senses a large gathering, and I mean large, of undead being present. So at that point, they are within 6 miles. Now, Dove, you are up top, looking at landmarks, trying to think where the most logical place would be, when suddenly you see it.
Oh.
And there it is. There are runes winding up a hill and a small mountain range, as you that you're able to spot through trees and things like that. So you guys have a destination, and it is as you begin heading towards the runes, Dalavash can confirm that his primordial awareness, he is still able to detect the undead.
Alternatively, do the Featherfall tokens recharge?
No, they are evaporated once you use them.
Oh, okay.
And I think if there's as many undead as Dalavash was thinking there is, we should probably try and do a stealthy approach if we can. Yeah, I think, but without seeing it before, we can try and extract Deorian, and I don't know if they need her for the ritual or whatever, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't think we should split up. And Dalavash can do pass without a trace, so hopefully when we get to wherever we're going, we'll be really stealthy.
Okay.
I have disadvantage on stealth rolls, and I roll like a chump. So
Same.
expect an 11 for my stealth roll.
Well, good thing we get inspiration
Okay.
once every game.
So the pilot asks where you want him to put you down. Okay. So he thinks that he can do that, and because this ship is far more maneuverable, it can go in low. There's probably very unlikely that, especially in the middle of the day, and without this airship having a ring, an actual ring, it just has, well, it has a small ring. But because it's still light out, it's very unlikely that you would have been spotted. But you can immediately go low, and they can get you close, but it will still be a bit of a walk. Both the pilot and the engineer offer to go with you.
I don't.
In case we need quick extraction.
Both of
Oh,
them
thank you.
seem to think that is, a good idea, and a little relieved because they both still look pretty exhausted.
Take yourself up a couple 100 feet away from, so you can't be targeted by spells.
You are correct. You guys do not have a pair of sending stones. However, Mother may have a message if needed.
But you have that prestidigitation flare effect.
Yes, yeah, you have that too.
You'll know. Wait for the sign.
Trying to see. Okay. All right. So it's not going to take too long in order to make it there. Oh, shoot. No, okay. Hold on one second. Something's not right.
Oh, that's a neat text to get.
What?
Certain restrictions have been placed on your TD Bank card.
Oh no.
Whoa.
I don't have a TD Bank account.
I was gonna say, is it phishing
Okay.
or?
Damn, I was
Oh,
going to say,
bummer.
that is literally who I work for.
America's
Is
most
T-
convenient.
Yeah.
Most convenient. All right, whatever you say.
AMCB. That's their brand. That's their
All
tagline.
right.
I
All
ain't
right.
saying
Well,
I
I'm gonna
agree
tell
with
you
that.
from
I'm
a
just saying
retail
it.
perspective, TD Bank cards are the most difficult cards
Their
to
fucking gift cards
use.
don't work anywhere.
They had an issue last week where no customer could use their TD Bank cards, and it was just TD Bank cards.
Interesting.
Nate, get
All
another
right.
company quick.
Hold on. We got a bard that's going to be turning into a pumpkin soon. So here's the question. You guys got to decide because I'm not going to decide for you. Does Dalavash use Pass Without Trace?
Yes.
Yes, if we are going in stealthy
Okay.
100%.
Okay. All right. Yep. He's got
I'm
1
sure.
second level and 4 first level. So
He would.
right, exactly.
He's gonna be slinging arrows.
Okay. So You guys make your way. They're able to put you somewhat close. Yeah. Okay. All right. And here you are. Now, you can zoom out. I've kind of got the walls. I don't want to do all of it. You can zoom out, but you will not be able to see much from where you are because you are down on a ledge. I was honestly too lazy and I didn't like how the sightlines looked. I didn't want to create a bunch of walls that you couldn't see through. But things are obviously, even if you zoom out and take a look at the overall map, you can't see anything because of the walls.
Is there any type of aura effect?
Aura, what do you mean?
Like my aura that I have. Is there any way to put a
Yeah.
representation of it,
Yep.
but not make it annoying?
Let me see if I can hook you up with that.
So are we stealthing now, or are we waiting?
You are currently stealthing. What's your range on that?
Um, fuck. 10 feet.
10 feet?
Yep.
And what color do you want it to be?
Doesn't matter. Purple.
God, this music.
Okay, you see it? It's pretty faint. I can make it a little bit.
I don't see anything.
Oh, I do
All
now.
right. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Here, let me just. There we go.
That's a little too much.
Little too much. Okay.
Let
Yeah.
me just all right. That's good.
Okay. I just dialed it down just a bit, but it should be fairly obvious as you move around, maybe get away from some of this. But yes, short amount of time. What do you guys want to do? I'd like to get us just a little bit closer before we call it a end of session.
Move down the corridor.
Okay. Everyone make a stealth roll.
Probably
Don't forget you
too
have
late.
advantage.
Plus 10, right?
With
you
advantage.
Not.
Oh, all
No,
right.
no,
So
no, no. It
normal.
is plus 10. I'm just saying. Remember, you have
Oh,
advantage
oh.
once a game. So if you roll really shitty, you can do
Oh,
it.
all right.
Oh, it's plus. You get plus 10 with pass without
Yes.
trace.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
But I personally have disadvantage.
Gotcha. Well,
Oh,
Saf, you didn't add your plus 10, so you got a 31. Dalavash
Yeah.
got a 33. Mother got a 24.
so 18
I got-
actually.
Yeah, and I got a 17.
17. Mother, you got an 18. Do either of you want to use your
I'll stay with 17.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and move up the walkway.
I was gonna say probably too late now, but maybe we should let the operator
Well,
know we're here. But
How far can we move without making another stealth check? Like all the way to.
Let's say to here. Do you see the ping?
Alright. Yep.
Try it now. Maybe on the left side of the buttons, make sure you've selected the meeple, the little silhouette of a person, and then the 4 crosshairs, nothing else. Okay, then let me try this.
Try the arrow buttons.
No, I'm re-putting your token. Try it now. There you go. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Okay, everyone, give me another stealth roll with the +10.
There we go.
All right, I'm gonna be smart this time.
And factor in the +10 into my dice roll.
That's what I
Yeah,
figured.
yeah, that's what. And I had it on private rolls, but Dalavash got a 24. Dove, you got a 16. That means you must have rolled a 1. Nope, you rolled a 3. Close. Okay.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, she is a rogue for
For crying out loud.
it's what she does.
And that's on an 18.
All right. So now, how far can we move up?
Okay. I would say to probably right here.
Ah!
Oh no. Okay, you definitely hear voices and a lot of different things.
Can we creep up to this edge?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna ask, who do you want to do the creeping? Are you all
Well,
going to?
I mean,
or...
I'm gonna slowly approach, but I'm sure Saf will be much more faster in stealth.
Well, yeah. I'm just
Can I
saying
keep
you
my
could have
37?
you now is the time for another stealth roll. And you guys could choose to just have Saf do it alone, and scout and come back.
Okay. That's great. Got it. Great. Cool.
Roll your stealth.
You're the rogue.
Okay. Still good.
Look at that. Okay. Saf, I'm gonna say you're gonna go to about right here.
Yep. Yeah, but
Oh, yeah,
because I
that's
was
right.
in it,
Was it
When I
like 60
started.
feet?
I'll just run back to Dalavash, get it, triple move, and go back. That's how that works, right? Oh. Oh no. Oh wow. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, what?
You starting to see a few things, Saf?
Yeah, okay, so 4 skeletons. 2 things that I don't know what they are.
Just distract.
Are you sure that's what you want? I don't think so.
Saf, you recognize this
Is that
as the remaining twin.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck that thing at the bottom is.
I don't know what I just did, but now I can see what she sees.
It is possible I have shared token vision on.
All right. I just happened to click on something, and then suddenly I could see everything. Not everything, but
Okay, I'm gonna go back. whence I came. And I'm going to say quietly. There's 9 of them total. Oh, they're gone. Oh no! I can't see them
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
But
you
there
won't be
was
able to
9
see them.
total. There's 4 skeletons. One of the twins was up near where the temple entrance is. There's a thing at the bottom I couldn't see, and 2 archers in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm missing one. There's another thing somewhere.
Can we get
Really good
around
at my
them?
job. No. Nope. There's 4
So
right in the
we're
front.
going to have to take them down.
Can I go back and
Two
look?
options. Two options: go around them or take them down.
Can I go back and look really quick?
Sure.
I think.
Go one more, Saf, right
Oh,
here.
yeah, I can't see all of them. Ah, do that. There we go. Yeah. There's definitely no way that we're gonna sneak around them. How do I ping?
Shift, or actually just hold down a left click on wherever you want to ping.
Oh, okay. Can you
That
see
does
that?
the pass. Yep.
So is that just a wall? Like that's a wall of the temple? That's not anywhere we could like go in.
Right. That is
Okay.
a wall of the temple, and it looks pretty solid.
Okay.
Although right here there is an opening.
There. Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back down here. Potentially, we could get in. There's a little area right there. If we're very, very quiet and stealthy, I can go look and see how big of the hole it is and what goes in there. That might attract them. We could throw something as like a diversion to get the
well-
skeletons away, maybe, but I feel like they're probably know we're coming. So if there's suspicious activity there, they might all group. Ooh. I can stealth really well. Can you make...
Yeah,
What's that?
but
How high are the
concern-
walls?
yeah, I was gonna say my only concern with that is you can make me invisible or you can make Mother invisible, but we still have disadvantage.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
and a +10.
So
How
I'm gonna-
high are the walls?
Where you guys are, they're probably about 15 feet of the walls to the structure, and then the structure
So-
is your normal, typical 10 feet.
It caps, right? Like at 15 feet, there's a ceiling. Is that correct, or is it open?
what we're walking up.
Oh no, there's open sky above you.
All right.
So I thought Mother was asking
So we're
how
not- we're
high are
not-
these walls?
He probably was, but I'm just asking for myself, I guess. So
Mhm.
we're still outside technically.
Oh yeah, you're definitely outside.
Do you guys want me to go see if it's feasible to get into that little spot, or if we just have to fight our way through?
I think it would be best to see if you can get by them, but if you can't, draw them back to here, because it would make the archers have to. For the archers to be usable, they would have to at least come back to here, and hopefully the 4 skeletons will move up, and we can dispatch them before the archers move up.
Would you rather just fight them?
Yeah, not where the archers can get full range on us.
Okay,
And-
I'm just worried about like staggering. Like we're gonna create a pipeline and people aren't gonna get turns.
Maybe. Not to metagame, but one of them looked like a ghast. Right. It's gonna take like a turn or two for those archers to move all the way
Yeah,
over
I
there.
just didn't want people to bottleneck and then be stuck. All right, I'll. And then you and Dalvash in the back.
The
Alright, I
problem,
will go. Oh, Chris, go.
the problem is they can just wait. They don't need to come to us.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is have her try to stealth, but
Yeah,
if she gets caught, don't rush out and try to defend her. Have her double move back or triple move or whatever it takes to get back to us where we are. So if we have to engage, we're engaging here and not out in the open. So try the stealth option first.
Okay.
But if we have to fight, we fight back here.
right.
Okay.
But what if they don't follow us then?
And then we'll have to think of something different.
Alright.
I mean, most likely, if they were smart opponents, they would alert an alarm and, oh, we have intruders. Let's
Yeah,
get some more reinforcements up here.
that's the problem, and then they may sacrifice her earlier, or, well, guess they.
Not that
Well,
I recall, but I
No,
wasn't looking.
It could just take one of them to run off and be like, alert the others.
Okay. I'm going to go over and to look at the little area, and then I will report back. And if I get caught, it's go time.
Correct. That's what
Alright.
I'm suggesting.
Do you want me to make a new stealth roll?
Yes.
Okay. Only a 31.
Okay. What is the range on Dalavash?
I think that's the initial cast is
Yeah.
that range.
No. For the duration, which is long, right? It's a concentration. They must remain within 30 feet of you to get the plus 10 bonus.
Oh, all right.
But, yeah.
So after to like the little area to like right here is where it'll go down to 21 instead of 31.
Yep, you got it.
All right. Gotta go now. Oh, shit. Over here.
Well, your stealth check will cover you for now until I tell you to roll another one. So you'll maintain a 31 until I tell you to roll stealth again.
Is it okay if I go all the way over to the little peepee hole place?
Yeah?
Is it that?
I know. I'm watching the time.
Is it right here?
Yep.
Okay. How big is the entrance? Does it look like people could go through?
Hold on, I'm trying to see what you can now see.
I can see into a little area.
Okay. Yeah, it is enough for you to fit through, but give me a second.
Oh, there's more people.
Mole people.
More than what she said.
Okay.
Can anyone else see that? Or is it...
I would say you're not supposed to be seeing it.
I don't know why I can see it, but I can see it.
Yeah, it's weird because when I click on your token, it says your token can't see them. But I believe that you can. But oh well.
I see the original people that you described, and then I see an additional, like, 6 tokens.
Yeah, I see 14 people now. 14 things now.
So basically I can see what she sees.
Yeah. Somehow there's some shared vision going on. Okay. Saf, you can squeeze through. You can see. I'm going to unpause. What do you want to do quickly?
I just want to make an investigation check real quick, make sure it isn't a trap trying to go in there.
Okay, roll it away.
I'm using my inspiration. Fuck that.
Use your inspiration.
Yeah,
Just re-roll. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Not great, but whatever.
Okay. You don't see anything.
All right, I'm gonna go back and report the 14 people and tell them we can go in. That's probably our better option. Do you want me to stealth backwards?
So you do not step foot inside, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, you're good to go back and tell them. But at this point, we're gonna break,
Yeah.
and you guys will no longer have DLC Dalavash. However, he has used some spell slots, and I will see you all next week.
Yes, thank you. That's
Great.